You think you're the boss, right? You think, okay, you've got it all figured out. You're the boss, boss lady. They are the real odogus and odoguresses. I will skin them alive. I didn't say that. My darling, Oyo OYO is your case. She had moved the sitting room to the kitchen. Hello everyone. Before I became a mom, I thought I had it all figured out. I thought I had read all the books that was worth reading. I thought I had viewed all the clips that I needed to view. I thought I had spoken to all the experienced people that had experiences about motherhood, all the mothers before me, and I just thought, like, I have it all figured out, right? So what's there? I can do this. And that was just the mindset I entered this motherhood with. But guess what? I was in for a long ride, for a very long ride, because that was just me being so naive. Now I'm saying that no one told me that this was a 24/7 job. No one told me that this was a job that I would do without being paid, that I would keep on doing month in, month out, day in, day out, year in, year out. Like, I didn't know all this. Okay, I just thought, well, why not? If not, I can do it. Once I ventured into it, and now I'm doing a 24/7 work that nobody's paying me to do. It's just an unpaid work. Anyway, if you're a new mom or not, I want to share these 4 secrets with you. These 4 things that I wish someone shared with me before I became a mom. So if this is something you want to watch, please don't. Okay, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe at this point. Okay, subscribe if you haven't done that, so that I can bring more motherhood content your way on this channel. Okay, all right. So let's dive into the first secret. Kids are super master negotiators. Did you hear that? Like, you think you're the boss, right? You think, okay, you've got it all figured out. You're the boss, boss lady. And then you have kids and you realize that they are the real bosses. They are the real odogus and odoguresses. They are the real odogus and achalugos, because you are just learning work where they are. Like, those ones are master. In fact, they are lawyers. They are master negotiators. That's what I just choose to call them. From every single thing, from the meals that you choose for them, to their bedtime routine, to their better, like every single thing, they want to really negotiate it. And depending on the type of hand you give to them, trust me, they can give you a run for your money. Because I remember when I just had my first. Okay, now I think I've gotten a hang of that please, oh, let me not bite my tongue. Negotiation, right? Negotiation part. Yes, I think I've gotten a hang of the negotiation part. But before, it wasn't this easy, because I remember when I just had one child, I would always sort her out first. Okay, like when I want to make meals, I would make our own meals and make hers separately, because she was a very picky eater. So because she didn't like some of the things we ate, I'll just decide to, okay, let me prepare her separately. So I'll make her own meals separately and then make ours separately. It was giving me more stress. It was more time consuming. It was more stressful, more expensive and everything. But because that was what she loved, and of course because she won't want to eat the one you made, so I'll just be like, please, for peace sake, for peace to reign, let me just make what she wants. And of course her younger sister was still more or less a baby, so no one could practically take just milk and cereal and be fine, So it happened like that until I now learned to master the art of negotiation. It took its toll. Okay, it took a while. It wasn't something that just happened overnight, but I'm grateful that I am where I am today when it comes to that. So I just learned the hard way, but I learned that these kids don't just start off what you can continue. If you know, like from the onset, ab initio, put down your feet and tell them that you show them who the boss is, show them who the odogu is, who the achalugo is. Now, if you are a new mom, come closer. Just come closer, like pull your chair closer or you just come closer to the screen, because this is for you. Silence is never a good sign. I repeat, silence is never a good sign. When you hear kids and you know your kids are making a lot of noise, they're in the background somewhere, and just hearing them just staying, talking, playing and all that, be assured, just go and rest. Go and rest and be assured that they are doing well. There's no issue. Okay, there are no issues. Don't worry. Okay, you don't even need to check up on them. They are doing well. If you want to eavesdrop on their conversation, if you feel like, it's up to you. But once you no longer hear them and everywhere is quiet and it lingers 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, oh my goodness, my sister, my dear friend, run for your life. Run as fast as your legs can carry you to go and check out what those kids are doing, because trust me, more often than not, they are up to mischief. It's either the littlest one is messing around with your makeup, or like one is scribbling on the wall. Again, in my own case, my older kids know better than to scribble on the wall, because they know the type of father they have. In fact, even me too, I will skin them alive. I didn't say that. But my baby, the toddler, that one, in fact, I always have to leave her in the custody of somebody. Okay, she has to be in the midst of her elder sisters, or she has to just be with someone, because if you leave her unchaperoned, which is not even right, maybe you leave her, you think she's sleeping, and that one wakes up and finds out that she's alone, my darling, or your OYO is your case, because whatever you find out when you come to the room, take it like that. So so basically what I'm just saying about that is, these kids, you need to checking up on them. Okay, silence is never a good sign. I know you feel like they are quiet and then you think like, ah, peace. It means trouble. It means trouble. I'm warning ya. It's so, please find out whatever it is they are up to and get it sorted out as fast as you can. Okay, Jared, a friend of mine, left her baby in the sitting room, and by the time she came back, the baby had turned the sitting room upside down. In fact, she had moved the sitting room to the kitchen. So when she came to the sitting room, her sitting room was no longer there. It was now in the kitchen, and then she had moved the kitchen to the gate. That was how bad it was that day. So seriously. Okay, now another secret I'm going to be spilling today. Kids have undetectable radar. You would think that, okay, they are having screen time, or they are playing, or they are doing something really important to them, and then you decide to just maybe sneak a snack or a cookie or chocolate bar or whatever, okay, without them knowing about it, right? Okay, now you are in for a very big mistake, because trust me, you can be on the other side of the house behind closed doors. The next thing, you're seeing someone that materializes out of nowhere right there beside you. I don't know how they detect when you are taking something sugary or something sweet. They just know, like their sixth sense just tells them somehow. I don't know how that happens, but you just get to find them right next to you. So the secret I'm going to be sharing for that is, you have very good secret hideouts in your house that you can use, to enjoy treats. Okay, if you want to, so you can use your bathroom. Another perfect time is the midnight. Okay, so if you want to do midnight, if you want to go that route, hey God, please don't say I'm the one that made you to be overweight, I'm the one that made you to add calories. Okay, but midnight binging, trust me, it works all the time. So you can try that out. You can try your bathroom. You can try turning on the water. Okay, turn on the tap and the water is running and concealing whatever noise that the wrapper or whatever, or your munching is going to be making, or whatever sound is going to be making, right? Don't say I'm teaching you something bad though. Okay, do what works for you. Anyway, that's on a lighter note. I was just joking, but these kids, their radar, it's on another level. I don't know how they detect what they detect, but trust me, it's really shocking. Now finally, kids will remember everything except the things you want them to remember. Okay, so you want them to remember where they put their pair of socks. They're getting ready for school, yeah, and you tell them to get ready for school, maybe the previous night, of course. their pairs of socks, get their uniforms ready, get their ties, all that, and then you find out that somebody's looking for a tie, another person looking for a pair of socks, and it lingers. If care is not taken, you can even linger past bedtime. They're still looking for one thing or the other, and they have coffee. They have a bedtime routine to stick to. So you now find yourself having to like come in to help out because they won't remember where they kept it. Even after you've put routines in place that okay, this should go here, this should go there, this should be this way, you'll still find one person looking for one thing or the other, one way at one point or the other, and then you're wondering, they don't know where these things are. But make a mistake of telling them or promising them that if they finish their veggies, you're going to give them a cup of ice cream, or you're going to do this, or maybe you take them out for grocery shopping and then you pass an aisle that they have something that they love and they've been eyeing. So these children will not get lost though. They won't forget it. They would remind you of that ice cream you promised them after eating those veggies. They will remind you of that thing you saw at that aisle that they told you they wanted, and you were like, maybe you made a promise of let's buy the groceries first when we are done, and then you thinking that they'll forget about it. Obviously that by that time you would have paid, and then you will be on your way home before they remember, and then you'll be like, okay, next time we'll go. They won't forget it. They would have to remind you. In fact, they will even take you right back to that aisle that they saw that thing. How they now find their way back, how they have secret GPS is what I can't comprehend or fathom it out, seriously. So always be careful of what you promise them. Always be careful because they won't forget those ones. But you see those important things you want them to remember. More often than not, they end up forgetting those ones. But the ones they want to remember, they to make the living daylight out of. But that notwithstanding, all this being said, despite the fact that they are the bosses of negotiations, they have secret undetectable radars, despite all that, this hood called motherhood is still the best journey so far, okay? And I know my fellow moms can attest to that, right? Okay, so if you're a new mom, you're welcome on board. Please join this family. Consider subscribing to this channel for more relatable content like this. And if you're an old mom, please share with me what are some of those things that you wish you knew before you became a mom. What are some of those things that your kids do now, or that you're just finding out now, okay, in this motherhood phase, or after you've become a mom and you really wish you knew those things before becoming a mom. Please share with me in the comment section. If you're a returning subscriber, I'm so excited to have you on this channel. Thank you for helping us grow, this family. Please consider subscribing if you're a new viewer, and please don't forget to like, comment, share. Okay, and to my old and new subscribers, I love you all. You are the realest MVPs. Please don't forget to share the video and leave your comments, okay, down below, and I'll be sure to be there to read your comments and respond to them. Thank you so much. I have to run because right now the house is quiet. Okay, so I need to be sure that those kids are not up to one mischief or the other. Take care. Bye.
Alex, Ebbs. Take a look inside your heart.